making such a mess on the boat. I'm just pulling out all of the stuff that I think is super practical. I'm in my practical gifts era, and judging from some of the comments on other videos, you might be too. Space savers, problem solvers, and things that will be used to help us be the healthiest, most creative, and at peace versions of ourselves are so appreciated this year. Living on a 41-foot sailboat as a family of 4 going on 3 years has forced me to edit down and focus on practicality when it comes to possessions. So here are a few of my live aboard items that could translate to a land lover's stocking or fun gift package. And welcome to my office. We're in the salon now, or as some people call it, the saloon on a sailboat. I use as my workspace and all the other things that we do. So first of all, as a high quality pen, I really like this pen because it is, it's not for everyone, but I like it because it's a 0.5. It's a good black, and it's not like the typical gel rolls. There's something about this one that makes it so it doesn't bleed all over the place or like create those spider vein type things when you're writing. So I really like this one. For morning pages, if you're someone who's gifting maybe the Artist's Way to someone, you could buy the book and then also bundle it with the pens and the travel journal. I can put it into my backpack and do morning pages on the go if I need to. I can store it anywhere, and then I can also not feel bad about just recycling it and not keeping it. Ones that I get are dot grid. I really like dot grid because then you can doodle and then you can like get creative with how you write things. So that's one little gift package you could do. You've seen me use it in other videos. It's an HP printer. It's awesome. It's even better than my home printer because it's so mobile. You can move it all around your house, charge the batteries up so you don't have to have it plugged in all the time, and it has a pretty good battery life. But I really like it. It actually ended up being a high quality printer. That's also super practical. And then buying like extra printer cartridges and printer paper. And if you're trying to organize, or just for someone who's organizing, can you see that back there, the white bins? I bought them in that size as well as a larger size for my children's bunks. I like this one because it's just aesthetically simple. I also don't care for the cloth ones because they collapse. So I wanted something sturdy that would keep things in place that didn't look like a storage bin. It does kind of, but it's just white and I don't notice as much on the boat. The tops do just kind of sit and they don't lock. So it's more so for like little items that would just be laying out. This is a bin that you can put them in. A couple other storage items. Number 1, we've got bags. So I have these boxes for up here. That's more of like the visible stuff that I can see. And it's also quick access items. And then we have lockers behind our seats. And that is where I use these bags. And then I use these bags for anything else. If we need to bundle anything, I have these not only behind our lockers that's organizing our different food items, like our pantry items, but they come in a pack of 50. I'm trying to get as creative as I can when it comes to organizing in this small space on a boat that has these weird storage spaces. And I feel like some of this could translate to land life, organizing the bags, whether it's in a closet, a small space, that type of thing, or making items more appealing when they're up on the top. Speaking of tidying up items to make them look better, I have also just recently purchased these. They're hat hangers. I got them about a month ago. I have 2 boys and a husband who wear a lot of different hats, and especially when it comes to like the baseball hats at the bottom, you can stack them on here and they've been really helpful. They just stick onto the wall. Also, that sticks onto the wall is command strips. It took me until living on the boat to use the command strips, and they're so helpful. They have them in such a great variety right now, so you can get them for all different reasons. And this one is for like twinkle lights that I like, and then I'm also getting my Santas out of their Advent Santas. I'll link those too because they're super cute, and that way you can customize your Advent calendar for your family or for yourself or for your dog or for whoever. And finally, on the stick on category is these little electric cords organizers. This would be a great stocking stuffer because cords are annoying, and I feel like if you got that in your stocking, it would be like, oh, that's helpful. I don't know, it's just practical. Speaking of stocking stuffers, here's another great one. This one is, Lunatic dishcloth. Awesome. So I would include those with a stocking too. They're much better than those like weird feeling Swedish dishcloths. No offense if you like those. Moving you over to the bar area of our sailboat, you're getting a little tour in a weird way. Sunskis. So I was turned on to this brand by my sister-in-law who really liked them, and I like them too. So I've had these I've had 4 pairs now through them because they're affordable and they're, the water coating, so you can look under the water. See, here's my other pair. And I have one in my bag too. Here's my next bar item that I have over with our supplements is the sunscreen. So we've tried so many different versions on our boat. This is the one that I love out of all the ones I've tried. I first found this in Southern California at a surf shop. It's Surface and it's a sheer touch one. I bought this off of Amazon since then, and it doesn't feel like I'm wearing sunscreen, and it works. So you could do a cute fun in the sun, especially if you're going on vacation for spring break or for winter break. That would be a fun gift. The glasses, the sunblock, and some kind of like cute bag. Welcome to my galley on board SV Shore Leave, and in this edition of the Practical Gift Guide, we're going over kitchen items and fun things that are like a toothbrush and a stocking type feel, but they're elevated to make them fun and very specific in the way that you package them together. There's dried elderberries that you can purchase on Amazon. That's from the Frontier brand that I've purchased for years, and then you make your own elderberry syrup. If I was doing a gift for someone with it, I would include a cute glass jar, the elderberries in a bag, and some honey. With that same idea of being healthy and making something, creating a cute package. One of my cards that I have in the card deck is planting a garden still. So if you see that card come up when I'm doing these little videos, that's for my sprouting. I don't have a garden on the boat, but I do have a sprouting garden. And for years I've used this brand, the Sprout House organic broccoli seeds, and I sprout broccoli seeds. I do it consistently, or at least I try to do it as consistent as possible. Over the summer we didn't do it as much as that we have in the past just because we would cross the Canadian border, but definitely in the winter time. If I were doing a gift, what I would do is do the broccoli sprouts along with the sprout guy. I just got it in the springtime. It's Sproutamo is the brand, and I've seen it for years and always thought, oh, that might be interesting to try, and I just didn't pull the trigger on it. But this is super practical. It takes up almost no space on my counter, and it just makes sprouting so easy. I used to use the mason jar with the lid that would drain. You can do that too, but again, I just got rid of the glass. Doing some type of sprouting jar with the sprouting seeds would be really fun. If you wanted to get even bigger and do like a bigger gift for someone, doing some organic lentils, and then also this guy. This is what I use to sprout lentils in. It's pretty big. It takes up a good amount of counter space, but I really found that it makes the whole process so easy. And then my final galley product is this Breville mixer. It's an all-in-one. So it's a food processor, a blender, and a mixer, and I use it all the time. And there's also, what do you call that, where it goes into the soup and it mixes it up? So I needed a blender. Most importantly, I needed a food processor. So this is the main like electronic component, this guy. So it's just that stick for the hand blender. And this is the food processor. Isn't it cute? And here's the little Immersion blender guy. You use the Immersion blender to actually like blend drinks and things like that. So we do like smoothies and things in this guy. And it's worked. And I actually got the recommendation from another cruiser too. So it takes up less space in your kitchen. This is one that I do think would translate to on-land living. It's a squeegee that vacuums up the water. It's just so easy, and it's a silly gift that you're like, oh, that's cute, but you use it all the time. And then that way the towels won't get wet and you won't have to dry out so many. You won't like be low on your towels. Use it for any kind of condensation. So if you're in the kitchen and you're doing spaghetti, or if you're in a shower and you get out and it's like all like fogged over, you can squeegee it out. Welcome to my cabin. What I'm recommending in my cabin is the wool blanket that I use. It is from 8th Generation. It's awesome. It's native made, not native inspired. That's their whole thing. Something that I'll have forever. Another thing I would recommend, since we're back here and I store them away, stow them away, is the Patagonia black hole duffel bags. I searched for hours trying to find a good bag that would be durable, that I could use forever, and that would fold up into like a tiny little package on our boat. And I found 2 of these black hole bags, and this is what we travel with as a family of 4, and they've been awesome. So this is my little stepper that I use. I do my best work when I'm reading a book, and on the stepper I can just be on here for 30 minutes and not even think about it, which is really nice. This one tends to squeak here and there because it is pretty cheap. It's on Amazon. There's a more expensive version that's like all stainless steel, and that would be great, but this one works for me right now. It's not too heavy, it's pretty compact, and like I said, the squeaking isn't too bad. Purchasing books and games, I think those are always practical and entertaining and fun and have some type of like memory. You know who gave them to you when they gave them to you. The games, there's 2 that I would recommend as far as like saving space and that are really fun. The first one, and this is coming from people who cruise that didn't have like electricity all the time to be able to watch shows. The 2 games that I would pick that are space saving and entertaining are Cards Against Humanity, the family edition, and they're not for like everyone. You have to have a sense of humor and be okay with a little body talk. And then also Exploding Kittens. Those 2 games are always good on our boat, and they work well with a larger group too, so if you have guests, you can use that. And then finally, for books, there's a number of books that I'm going to link below that are more Pacific Northwest inspired, boat inspired, so if that's the like theme that you want to go for someone, they're really beautiful books that you can put on the table. And then of course there's the books that I talk about on the channel that if you've read, you should pass them along. That's something I always enjoyed doing, is passing along books that have been effective for me that I think might work for somebody in a certain point of life. I talked about recently the Make Your Bed book. That I think would be great for a teenage boy or someone in their early 20s. And then there's like the Sidetracked Home Executives, the 12-Week Year, The Artist's Way. Oh gosh, that would be such a good, fun gift bundle. Links for everything are below. And if you have questions about anything, let me know. Happy holidays!